the selection of Roston Chase to the West Indies T20 squad in South Africa is causing another big controversy. It is causing a great stir in Caribbean cricket. And the call for Chief Selector, Dr. the Honorable Desmond Haynes, to be removed from his position of Chief Selector is growing louder and louder by the day. Coming up also in today's show is a reminder that the regional 4-day cricket competition resumes today with 3 matches, 2 in Trinidad and 1 in Guyana. I'm supposed to be joined today in the show by 2 of Jamaica's young sport persons, an under-15 cricketer and a member of the Jamaica Carifta team. Hopefully, they will join me later in the show. I'll be asking them some questions about their preparation. I am trying to see the difference between the preparation of a Jamaican cricketer at this age, the indoctrination that is taking place, and the preparation of a Jamaican athlete in the same adolescent age group, and see what the difference in their preparation and why Jamaica can dominate the Caribbean and to a large extent the world in track and field, especially in the sprint. But yet still Jamaica is finishing bottom of the table in regional cricket, and by extension, the West Indies is unable to dominate world cricket. So I'm going to be asking these 2 adolescents about their training regiment, their training regime, what they go through in their training. So I'm hoping that they will join me. Hello everyone and welcome to the show. Please click on the link in the video description and support Akarosa Flowers. Now, flowers, sending some flowers to someone always cheer them up. And Akarosa Farm delivers premium fresh flowers straight to the customer directly from their farm, cutting out the middle person. Also, slash a like on the video, click on the link and click on the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner. Now, just before I get to the chase matter, remember that at 9 o'clock, and these matches will be shown on all YouTube channels. It will be shown on YouTube, all 3 matches. So you can tune in to the match of your choice. And if you have more than 1 device, you can tune in to one or all 3 matches. Windward Islands will play Jamaica in Guyana. The Leeward Islands will play Barbados at the Queen's Park Oval in Trinidad and Tobago. And Trinidad will play Guyana at the Brian Lara Oval. As I said on Monday, I am looking forward to these players. Darren Bravo, Alec Atanase, Matthew Nandu, Nkrumah Bana, and Sunil Ambrose are the batsmen that I have a keen interest in looking forward to see how they perform. In the bowling department, I'm looking forward to see how Rakeem Cornwall perform, Ryan John, Brian Charles, Jay McAllister, and Colin Archibald. Now, Chase, I want to say something about Chase, and I must say categorically here, I would not have selected Roston Chase to replace Obed McCoy in the West Indies T20 squad. No way I would have selected him. I took a look at Chase statistics in T20 international cricket. So far, Chase have played 6 T20 international matches. You have gotten 6 wickets in those 6 matches. You have gotten 3 for 25 against India in India last year. In fact, if you look at Chase 6 matches that he has played in T20 international cricket and look at his statistics, many would ask the question, why is Chase not in the West Indies T20 squad? Let me explain that to you. All 6 of Chase's wickets came in the subcontinents. In the subcontinents, Chase have bowled 13 overs in the subcontinents. You have conceded only 66 runs, and you have got only 6 wickets in the subcontinent. And that contributes to a large part of his excellent statistics in T20 international cricket. Because outside of the subcontinent, Chase have bowled only 8 deliveries in T20 international cricket outside of the subcontinent. That was in Australia. And in Australia, the pitches are similar to those, by and large, similar to what you are expecting in South Africa. So those 8 deliveries that Chase have bowled outside of the subcontinent have gone for 17 runs, and they have gotten no wickets. It is not surprising that he has not bowled more outside of the subcontinent. It was not surprising that he did not bowl more overs in Australia, only the 8 deliveries, because they went for 17 runs. Clearly, the next thing I want to say, that I would not have replaced a fast bowler with a spinner. Now, I want to make it abundantly clear. I would not have fly someone from the Caribbean to replace Obed McCoy. The word coming out of the West Indies camp is that Obed McCoy was past fit by the medical team, but he suffered a knee injury while in South Africa. Those things do happen. I wish the young man well, and I hope he recovers in time for the IPL. I really do hope he recovers in time for the IPL. Please slash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. It is free to subscribe and you click only once. So I really hope that Obed McCoy recover in time. These are the 15 players that are in South Africa for the ODI series. Now, of these 15 players for the ODI series, 3 of them are not in the T20 squad. They are Gabriel, Chase, and Carty. If a fast bowler breaks down from your T20 squad, the obvious choice, and to avoid controversy, is to select Gabriel. It is simple and straightforward to me as that. If they had selected Gabriel, there would have been no controversy, because clearly it was not financially practical to really fly someone from the Caribbean to South Africa when you already have Gabriel in South Africa. You already have 3 other players in South Africa. So I would have picked Gabriel and there would have been no controversy. I see Kevon, Kevon, you are a Jamaica under 15 cricketer? Are you hearing
Yes,
me,
sir.
Kevon? Yes,
Yes,
you're
sir.
an under 15 cricketer, Jamaica under 15 cricketer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, welcome to the show, man. I just want to
Thank you,
ask
sir.
you a few questions. I want to ask you a few questions about your preparation for in cricket. Now, I
Yes, sir.
won't necessarily call the name of the school that you attend. If someone knows which school you attend, then that's fine. But you represent your school at Edley Cup Cricket?
Yes, sir.
Yes. When did the Edley Cup competition started?
It started in January.
It started in January?
Yes, sir.
Is it completed as yet?
It is not completed for the other teams, but it is completed for us because we recently dropped out.
You dropped out of the competition. So it started in January. When did you start training for the Edley Cup cricket competition?
Well, I started training from last year, October.
You started training from last year, October. Stick a point here, Kevin. I'm also joined by Cedrica Williams, who is a track and field athlete at the same school that Kevin attends. Cedrica, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Yes, I just want to ask you about your preparation. So I have a cricketer on the line and I have a track and field personnel on the line. Both of them represent Jamaica. The cricketer, that is Kevon, and Cedrica, both represent Jamaica. Have you represented Jamaica already, Cedrica, or you just made the team?
I have multiple times.
You have multiple times. Okay, you are now preparing for boys and girls champs. Am I correct?
Yes.
When is boys and girls champs?
It is the 28th of March to the 1st of April.
So it's the 28th of March. And Kevin, you said the Edley Cup was when in January?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you started preparing when? October?
Yes, sir. Last year.
Last year, October. Cedrica, champs is in March. When did you start preparing for champs?
September.
So champs is in March, but you start preparing for champs September.
Yes.
And Kevin, cricket is in January, but yet still you start preparing for cricket 1 month later in October.
Yes, sir.
That is so. Okay, how many times each week do you train, Cedrica?
I train 6 days a week, but 2 days. On 2 days, I train 2 times.
So you train
Morning and
6 days
evening.
per week, and 2 of those 6 days you train twice.
Yes, sir.
Oh, on those days that you train twice, how early you started training?
From 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
From 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, sir.
And then in the evening, what time you start?
Sometimes 4 or 5, like 6 to 7.
What is that in the background? What is that in the background? Okay, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Kevin? How many
Yes, sir.
days per week you train? How many days per week you train?
I train 5 days a week, sir.
5 days a week?
Yes, sir.
When you're training, Kevin, how long do you train for?
1.5 hours.
1.5? When you're
Yes,
training, Cedrica, how long do you train for?
An hour or sometimes 2.
An hour, sometime 2. So effectively, you train 8 times per week, and Kevin, effectively, you train 7 times per week. Am I right, Kevin?
No, 5 days a week, sir.
5 days a week, but Cedrica trained 8 days, 8 times per week. Now,
6.
Cedrica, how many? 6 days, but 8 times per week.
Yeah.
So, Cedrica, how many development meets have you attended since you start training in September?
Around 7.
Around 7. Kevin,
Yes, sir.
how many practice matches have you played before the Edley Cup started? For your school, how many practice matches your school played before the Edley Cup started?
Well, we played 2 games, sir. 2 practice matches.
2 games. So,
Yes, sir.
Cedrica, you see, what I'm trying to get here is to show why West Indies cricket is falling backward and track and field is moving forward. That is what I'm trying to get here. And this is showing us that the track and field athletes are training harder, more often, and are more engaged in more competition than our cricketers. This is exactly what this is showing us. Champs, I want to thank you both for coming on. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. One question before you go. Cedrica, you are a member of the Carifta team, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you been selected already?
No, they haven't made their list, but I was first at the Carifta trial, so I'm automatically in.
You were first at the Carifta trial, so you're automatically in. Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Before you became a member of the Jamaica Under-15 team, were you able to speak in the same way that Cedrica is speaking, that you were sure that you're going to be of the team?
Sir, could you repeat, sir?
Cedrica, the team have not yet been selected, but because Cedrica came first at the trials, she ensured to be in the team. Before you were selected for the team last year, were you sure that you were going to be there? Before
Yes,
you
sir,
were
I was
selected,
positive because I put in the work, sir.
you put in the work,
Yes,
but
sir.
you could not say that you were going to be in the team, although you were confident.
Yes, sir.
So the point I'm trying to make here is that when you do individual sport and you win, you must get in. But when you do team sport, it doesn't matter how you perform, you don't must get in. Thank you too.
Yes.
I know that you have to go to school now. Have a great day and all the best. Good luck representing the country. Thank you. So there you have it. And as I said, the point I was trying to make there is to show you one of the reasons why Jamaica cricket is going backward while Jamaica track and field is going forward. Because our cricketers are training less. Look at it. The cricket competition started when? January. But when did Kevon start training? October. The track and field competition is when? March, the end of March. But when did Cedrica start training? The beginning of September. How many days per week Cedrica trained? 6 days, twice 2 days per week. And she participated in 7 development meets so far, while the cricketer only played 2 matches before the Headley Cup. This is indoctrination, and this is taken forward to their senior age. But back to the Chase issue. I am saying that I would not have picked Chase to replace the pace bowler. I would have selected one from the persons that were in South Africa. Now, it appears that Desmond Haynes have a lot of respect for Chase. This is what Desmond Haynes said about Chase. Roston gets an opportunity in the upcoming series as we see him being a versatile player who can be called upon at any stage in the game. Now, I will not attempt to explain that statement from Desmond Haynes, because my grandmother told me a long time ago, never try to explain the unexplainable. Never try to explain something that you cannot see through for yourself. So in no way will I try to explain that statement from Dr. Desmond Haynes, the chief selector of the West Indies cricket. All I would say here is that if Desmond Haynes have selected Gabriel, there would have been no controversy. The fact that he continued to select Chase when 85% of the Caribbean do not believe that Chase should have been selected or merit a game in either the West Indies Test team, the ODI team, or the T20 team. Not me. From the polls conducted, 85% of you said that Chase should not be in any of the team. And Desmond Haynes continue to select Chase. Now, the bigger issue is, and not necessarily the bigger issues, where people feel let down is that Chase is a Barbadian. And they're asking the question, why a Barbadian? Why is it always the Barbadian? Why? That's the question that people are asking. But I thank those 2 sport persons from Jamaica for telling us, giving us an insight into their training program. They had to go to school, so I could not keep them any longer. And it would not be the right thing for me to keep them any longer on the program while they have school at 8 o'clock. Let's look at your comment and get a feedback from those students. From you, what you think about the interview. Is okay, so big conspiracy I can see. Enough talent in West Indies, but Haynes only choosing Chase and Brooks in every squad, every tour. Sunil, welcome to the show and thank you. I have pointed out on Monday that while Brooks should not be in the T20 squad, Brooks with a strike rate of 101 and an average of 19 plus should not be in the T20 squad. But be fair to Brooks and be fair and be consistent. Last year, Brooks scored over 694 runs for the West Indies in ODI cricket, in one-day international cricket. Only Shea Hope scored more runs than Brooks in ODI cricket last year. So credit due where credit is due. Credit must be given where credit must be due. Brooks should be in the playing 11 for the ODI squad. Chase represented us at the World Cup, so it's not strange. Yes, it is not strange, Sheldon, but what I'm saying, when you look at the statistics, the 6 wickets that he got, all of them were in India. The 8 deliveries that he bowled outside of the subcontinent went for 17 runs. The 8 deliveries. And it is not surprising that he only bowled 8 deliveries outside of the subcontinent. It is not surprising that they hide him in the one match that he played outside of the subcontinent. I agree with you all. What Chase, what even if they had picked the bowler that they had sent for the test. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Gabriel is there. I'm not saying carry somebody from in the Caribbean. You already have 3 extra players there. Pick one of them. Why go for Chase? When South Africa, if you look at South Africa, they have loaded their team with fast bowlers. Loaded their squad with fast bowlers. We are talking ODI cricket, not T20. No, it's the T20 squad that Chase have been selected for. And that's what we're talking about. The ODI series starts tomorrow. But this show is looking at why was Chase selected in the T20 squad to replace a fast bowler when you have another fast bowler in South Africa already. Why? Why? You may recall on Monday, I did not name Chase in my playing 11 to start in tomorrow's match. But I said at the end of that show that don't be surprised if somehow Chase finds his way into that playing 11. Don't be surprised. Replacement. Brian A., I will say that 8 deliveries is an extremely small sample size. I am not sure how much we can glean from that. Yes, Brian H. is a small sample size, but his overall statistics is a small sample size. He has only bowled 13 overs in the subcontinent. So his entire statistics is a very small sample size. So I cannot go ahead and say that Chase is a world-class T20 international bowler because of his overall statistics, because all of it is just a small sample size. In the subcontinent, he bowled 13 overs. So that also is a small sample size. So I have to work with what I have. I would have played, but none of them are there, Damian Smith. We have to concentrate on who are there. None of them are there. Why West Indies cricket not using young blood? Why rotating same player who clearly are outdated? Chase, Brooks, good batsman for period 2000 to 2010, not in 2023. Surely, Sunil, as I said, Chase will not be anywhere near my team. But Brooks scored the second most number of runs for the West Indies in ODI cricket last year. You cannot drop such a player. It will not be fair. My question is Desmond Smith being biased? If this is so, just call an emergency meeting and get rid of him. And at the same time, get rid of Courtney Walsh from the ladies team too. I have called that Courtney Walsh should step down from the ladies team. But rumors have it, Janet, rumors have it that the next head coach of the West Indies cricket team will be Desmond Hayes. That's what the rumor mill is saying. Damian Smith, Chase was selected because the captain is from Barbados. He's not selected for the T20 because the captain is from Jamaica. He is in the T20 squad. He's both in the T20 squad and in the ODI squad. I will not make a big fuss about it. There are bigger fish to fry. Okay, Sheldon Smith. And that's what makes this community so beautiful. We all have our different opinion. I certainly would have picked Gabriel instead of Chase. Are we sure that Gabriel is fit? He's there. He's there and he's in the ODI squad. And just like how they released a statement that Obed McCoy has an injury, why would they not release a statement and said that Gabriel has an injury too. So to the best of my knowledge, Gabriel is fit, and we have to take it that he is fit. I agree with the comments on Chase. None of them are better than O. None of them are okay. Jeanette Mitchell, thank you for your opinion. What I want some feedback on the two young Jamaican sport persons that I just interviewed. Do you think that the reason why Jamaica is moving forward in track and field at such a fast rate is because of the training method and how often our track and field stars are training, compared to the less time that our cricketers are training? Do you think that's a main factor in that our track and field persons are more dedicated to their training than our cricketers? We need fielder like Mark Dale, bowler like Bulai, who can change match. When you see Chase Brooks, I feel I should switch off the television. I can understand that. I can understand that. And I said earlier last week, I said sometime last week, that in the test match, when Chase was walking out to bat at number 5, and I saw the average for the West Indies number 5 batsman came up on the screen as 26. My head immediately shift from the screen. Damian Smith, good morning again. Sherwin, who is the captain? Okay, Atina, welcome to the show and thank you for tuning in. Good morning, good people. So here am I saying that the situation is, I would not have selected Chase. That is my opinion. I would have gone for Gabriel. And if Gabriel was selected, there would have been no controversy. It would have been simple as that. There would have been no controversy. The cricketers should take a page from Shivner and Chanderpaul book. Yes, it would be good to take a page from Shivner and Chanderpaul book. Why not keep Paul to replace? Paul was already in the Caribbean and he's in the Guyana team that is going to play the match starting in a little under an hour from now. And that's what I'm saying. I would not have necessarily fly someone from the Caribbean to South Africa when I have players in South Africa already. The obvious replacement would have been Chase. Thank you all for tuning in. Please smash a like on the video, click on that subscribe button, and remember, click on the link in the video description and support Aquarosa Farm, delivering fresh flowers directly from their farm straight to the customer. One final comment. The difference is the opportunity. T and F gets more people places than cricket. T and F, what is that? T and F get more people places. Track and field get more people places than cricket. But what I'm saying, Sheldon, and thank you for the comment. You see, Cedrica is there saying that she has been training from September for a championship at the end of March. She has been training 8 days per week, 8 times per week. And she have 7 development meets since then. Compare that to the cricketer who played this competition in January, but yet still he started training in October and he only trained 5 times per week. And that to me says a lot. Cedrica went to the trials and she won a race and she knows that she was in the team. But yet still, although Kevin was confident that he was going to make the team, he could not come out and said, I made the team, because he has to wait on someone to select him. Which one of the 2 sports would I encourage a young person to take up? Which one of the 2 sports would I encourage my son to take up? The one when he wins, he knows he's in the team, or the one where he has to depend on someone to select him, no matter how good he does? Which one of the sport? And that is one of the problems that we face with the inconsistency in the selection process. That also is turning off young people because they do not know if they will be selected. Look at Kevin Sinclair. Look at his performances in the 3 ODI matches against New Zealand. The last time West Indies played ODI cricket, look at the young man performances. Yet still, he was not selected for the team, for the squad to tour South Africa. So that's one of the things that is turning off West Indies people from cricket also. The inconsistency in the selection process, where no matter how good you do, you may not be selected because someone may select someone who's performing worse than you because they think that somehow that person is better than you. Brian H., do you young cricketers practice less than the track kids at the youth ages in Jamaica because there are more resources dedicated to the track program? That could be true, but what prevents them from training the same hours? They go to the same school. They both have coaches dedicated to training them. They both, I would assume, stay on the school dorms. So why are the track and field personnel can get up 2 times per week and start training 5 o'clock in the morning while the cricketers are sleeping in their bed? What prevents that? What prevents that? I don't know what prevents that. I agree. You agree that more resources are allocated to, but remember, yes, it could be that more resources are allocated to the track and field more than the cricket. It could be. But why? Why? It is because the track and field students, the track and field personnel are showing a greater interest in their sport than the cricketers. And when you look at the grand scheme of things, in Jamaica, there's no track and field personnel that is paid by the Track and Field Association, the Jamaica Track and Field Association, the J3A. No personnel is paid by the J3A. That's the Jamaica Track and Field Athletics Association, something like that. But when you look at cricket, 17 cricketers are paid by the Jamaica Cricket Association. But yet still, these track and field personnel get up and train much harder than the cricketers. So I don't know. Mutti is injured and Mutti has already left South Africa, Sal Hussein. Come on, man, let's be fair. Mutti is injured and he has already left South Africa. I don't think no one should blame coaches for players not performing. Denick, I agree with you. The coaches have a responsibility, but the players also have a responsibility. And I said I agree with you, but not 100%. I think that the coaches are there to facilitate the development of the players. No doubt about that. The coaches are there to facilitate the development of the players. So if the players are not performing, then the coach should get some blame. But there's also a responsibility on the player's shoulder. Ain't is there not to be chosen, not to choose player. Is there to retain same players. Good point, Sunil. It appears so. Nigel Clark, good morning and welcome to the show. Are you the finance minister of Jamaica, Nigel Clark? Please identify yourself if you are the Jamaica finance minister. West Indies players should get in the outfield to practice. Nets do not do anything for our batters. Thank you for that, finance minister. Are you the finance minister? Sunil, spinners have gone ahead of fast bowlers. Chinaman bowler like Buller is more useful than any bowler. We need different type of players. Diversified bowling we need. That's a very, very solid point there from Sunil. That's a very, very good point. Bulai have a big claim to be in this ODI squad. Thank you all for tuning in. Please slash a like on the video. What is the size of the Carafta team versus the size of the cricket team? Sheldon, the Carafta team is much larger than the cricket team. Jamaica Carafta team is probably as about 60 or so on. the squad has not yet been announced, but it is much larger than the cricket team. Yes, Sheldon. So it is much larger than the cricket team. Athena, good morning. Your cricket career depends on 3 or 4 people, while in track and field, it's on yourself to be selected. Correct. That is why it is very important, very extremely important. It is imperative. It is mandatory that the selectors at all time be transparent and as fair as possible and as consistent as possible if they want more young people to be involved in cricket. Because you know that in track and field, in tennis, and so many other sports, no one select you. You win, you represent the country. You come second, you represent the country. You come third, you represent the country. In cricket and in sport like football, it is very important that selectors be fair, be very fair, and cut out the controversy as much as possible. Look at Kevin Sinclair. I said it earlier. How is that young man feeling right now? I call upon the Guyana Cricket Board to have some counseling for that young man because it must affect his mental health. It must. Thank you, Athena. Very good. Thank you for bringing up that. Track and field is focused more than cricket, clearly. And so we need to get back the focus in cricket. It is clearly that track and field is more focused than cricket. Claude Murphy, thank you for your suggestion. I have gone ahead and very soon I'll be putting an account number on the screen so that you could make donation to that account, Claude Murphy. Thank you for your suggestion. Mr. Brown, could you say what was the chairman of Selector's reason for including Chase in the team? This is his reason. This is what he said. Roston gets an opportunity in the upcoming series as we see him as being a versatile player who can be called upon at any stage in the game. This player, who is very versatile according to Desmond Haynes, is averaging 12 in T20 international cricket for the West Indies with a strike rate of 87. As I said, my grandmother told me a long time ago, don't try to explain the unexplainable. I cannot explain this statement from Desmond Haynes. All I have to do is to point out the versatile cricketer. And this is his stats. He's averaging 12 in T20 international cricket. 12 with the bat, but he's versatile. He has a strike rate of 87, say 88, 87.7, I think. His strike rate in T20 international cricket is 88. Yet still, Desmond Haynes sees him as versatile. That's what he said. He can be called upon on any stage in the game. So you compare that statistics with this statement from Desmond Haynes and judge for yourself. I have nothing to say about this statement because I cannot explain it, and I will not try and attempt to explain this statement. I will not try and even attempt to think what Desmond Haynes was thinking when he made this statement. I just cannot explain it. There's no way I can explain it. All I have to say is that the statistics shows that in India, he bowled 13 overs in India in T20 cricket. In the subcontinent, 12 overs in India, 1 in Sri Lanka. And those 13 overs went for 68 runs and he got 6 wickets. And that is world-class performance. But the 1.2 overs that he bowled outside of the subcontinent went for 17 runs, the 8 deliveries. And so that is your versatile cricketer, according to Desmond Haynes. I cannot explain it. I cannot explain it. We need Edmire, Lewis, Bravo, King, Atane, but they are not in South Africa, Damian Darso. They are not in South Africa. That is for another discussion. And I just want to say, because you bring up Edmire name, you bring up Edmire name, Damian Darso. But Guyana is playing a 4-day match today. They are playing a 4-day match today in Trinidad, starting in about 45 minutes' time. Is it fair to bring up Edmire name to represent the West Indies when Edmire is not turning out for Guyana today in the 4-day match? I'm just asking the question, Damian Dance. Just asking the question, is it fair? Is it fair to really bring up his name while he's not turning out for Guyana in today's 4-day match? I would have loved to see him turn out. If I missed your comment, it was not intentional. I am always going to miscomment because the screen is always moving. So I'm always going to miscomment. It is not intentional. Chase played in Australia, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. I saw a lot of good spinners in the Super 50. Why not give one of those guys a chance? This doesn't show any preparation for the future. Good point, Vern Jacobs. Very good point. That is such a strong point. That is such a strong point. It is a very, very strong point. Very, very strong point. He said versatile, not good. So, but I think that versatile is superior to good. Because I think that versatile means that you are more than good. That's my interpretation of the words. That's my interpretation of the word. So correct me, Brian H., if my English is wrong. I just think that versatile is a superior word to good. I think so. That's my opinion. Ain't still mad that Richards got the captaincy over him back in those days. Tyrell, I've seen that. I've seen more than one person saying that he's still upset about that. I've seen more than one person saying that. Eddie Prasad, Chase is cool, man. Stop dissing him. Eddie Prasad, who is dissing Chase? Who is dissing Chase? We are only talking about his statistics. And to say that I won't select Chase, is that dissing Eddie Prasad? How is that dissing? Eddie Prasad, when you decided not to select somebody in your squad or in your 11, because that's what we do. Are you dissing those people that you did not select? You're a great contributor to the show, and I always love your contribution. And I saw you put many comments in the comment section expressing your opinion, and we love that. We love that. We enjoy that. And we're glad that you are doing so. And we ask you to continue to do so. But Eddie Prasad, ask yourself the question. Only 15 persons can be selected. When you do not select a person, because as all cricket fans, we do select our squad. We do pick who we want to be in the squad. We all do. And that is one of the reasons why I said, in the end, we have to support the players who are selected. Because I am here saying that I would not have selected Chase for the T20 squad. I would not have selected him. But when the T20 series starts, I am going to back Chase. I am going to back him because he have already been selected. And that is not double crossing. I have to support those who are playing because I want the West Indies to win. That doesn't take away from the fact that I would not have selected in the first place. I'm saying, Eddie Prasad, I'm asking you the question. When you do not select somebody in your squad, is it that you are dissing those you are not selected, those you have not selected? I certainly am not dissing anyone I have not selected. So, Eddie Prasad, it is not fair for you to make such a comment that we are dissing Chase. No, we are not dissing Chase, Eddie Prasad. How can we remove Desmond Haynes? then it is going to be, from what I'm hearing, it is going to be very difficult from what I'm hearing. Because I am hearing, and from very good sources, you realize that Cricket West Indies have an election coming up in March. At this time, I do not know the date of the election. I do not know that a legend like Sheldon may know or so on, but I do not know. And that election should be in March. And we are hearing nothing about it. Because my understanding is that everything will be rubber stamped. Dr. Shallow will be the president, Ains will be the head coach, and Butcher, Roland Butcher, I think, will be the next chief selector. That's what I'm hearing. Everything is being rubber stamped. How can we get rid of Ains? Okay, I just comment on that. Kima Paul, Romario Shepherd. Romario Shepherd is in both squad in South Africa. Kima Paul will be representing Guyana later this morning, just about half hour from now, 40 minutes from now. Well, Desmond Ains must hit his head. Okay, thank you all for tuning in. Please slash a like on the video. Click on that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. And remember, support Akorosa Flowers Farm. Get flowers straight from the farm to your loved one, to your spouse. Everyone always welcome some flowers. So you can send flowers to your loved ones and friends in the United States. Next day delivery, straight from the farm to your customers. Click on the link in the video description. Please watch the matches starting in another half hour from now. Thank you for tuning in. Have a safe day. Have a great day. God bless you and one love.